In this video, we're going to be doing a chatty get ready with me, get your face in shape with me, focusing on the eyes. If that sounds good to you, stay tuned. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 21 years. I got my license in 2001, so 20 years. If you're new here, welcome. These are just some tools that can help you on your skincare journey. Because on my channel, we talk about your skincare journey because that's what it is. It's a journey. There's never just one thing that makes you look better. And if it is, you're very lucky. So today, like I said, we're going to be doing our eyes. Welcome back. Subscribers, welcome new subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love you to become part of the Christine Byer Beauty tribe. Today is just going to be a chatty work your face with me with a particular emphasis on the eyes. You will need any skincare device you have. If you have microcurrent, grab that. If you have LED, grab that. If you have the Timemaster Pro, which is the Korean ultrasound device, grab that because we will be using all three of those in this treatment. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is LED because it basically warms up the tissues and makes them accept the microcurrent and the Timemaster Pro more easily. If you are combining modalities, I like to do microcurrent last so that you leave your muscles in the taut, retrained position. Now, at this point, I'm going to be doing a little bit of release work, so I'll be needing some conductive gel. So I'm just going to put that conductive gel on now so that I have a little bit of slip and glide to do my release work. Just going to be using a little bit of the HydroLift conductive gel. This is something I actually use in my treatment room. And so many people were asking me, what do I use as a conductive gel with my microcurrent device? And any microcurrent device you have, no matter even if they say that you need a really pricey one with gold flux in it, you don't. You just need a simple, preferably clean conductive gel like this one, and you're good to go. I'm going to be doing one eye with my hands, and I'm going to do one eye with my gua sha tool. It's called the ANMA, just so you can get different methods I use in my clients in the treatment room. So this is called the four corners or the four sides release, and you're basically just trying to gently pull out the crow's feet area and release this side. We're going to be working on all the sides. If you're an esthetician, please consider taking a facial contouring massage by Jane Mann or other gua sha related class so that you can help your clients get the best results, because facial expressions etch their way into our face over the years, and if we're not trying to undo some of that in the treatment room, we're not really helping them the best that we can. All right, so we did that. It's a very light pulling apart movement. You can see I'm digging a tiny bit, but it really feels good. You're not, stretching the skin. You're just sort of aiming for a muscle release or a fascia release. Now we're going to make a pinching, bring out our pinchers, and we're going to squeeze this eyebrow muscle, the upper lid muscle that lies right beneath the eyebrow. We're just gonna I push it down a little bit because I'm trying to strip out tension in that muscle that has accumulated. You do this about 5 times. And now we're going to go in the center. This is very gentle and delicate. We are going to put one finger below the tear duct and one above, and we're going to pull apart, and it's maybe a nickel's worth of pressure, and every time you pull apart and return, you're going to do a slightly different angle. This will feel really good if you wear glasses, stare at a computer screen all day, that sort of thing. And you may feel areas that are tighter than others, so just return to those and let that tension go. This last move, we are doing the bottom, and so we are going to take our finger from our opposite side. We're going to anchor here and take our finger from the opposite side, and we're going to ride along this bone because a lot of toxins get stuck here. So a lot of lymph and toxins, fluid will collect. So we're just going to ride along the orbital bone, press down, not super hard. You might feel some crunchies through here. Let's do this about 5 times. It should feel good, actually. I've had people say while they do this that they've felt all sorts of weird things release, or they've had surgery and it's helped dislodge things that have been there since surgery. So yeah, just, you know, releasing this circular eye muscle helps it open up more, relieves all the fatigue, and it will help it look much better and drain the area of lymph. You can see how this eye looks better than this one already. Okay, so this eye I'm actually going to use my ANMA. It's pretty quick and it's very effective as well. Okay, so here we go. Start here, and I'm just doing just a gentle back and forth, right? And then we will ride the bone on top, just scraping. Where we did the pinching method on the other side, we're just sort of scraping out, stripping out the tension with the gua sha tool. And then we'll do the same thing below. You know, the only place I never thought about it, but the only place this can't get is that tear duct. That's really better done with the eyes. All right, so I will do the tear ducts with my eyes. The tear ducts, did I say better done with the eyes? With the fingers. I do the tear ducts with the fingers. Oh, this feels good. Releasing, you can go straight over that nasalis. The little muscle here in the nose. It's just gonna release. I have reached across the kitchen table and done this to my husband because he collects so much underneath there, and he'll like drain while he's eating. It's really funny. So if you still have lots and lots of crow's feet, here's another little move I like to do. I'm going to put a little bit more conductive gel there. I like to sort of grab this, sort of pinch it, pinch and roll that area. It is a cross fiber massage, so the fibers run this way. And so we are doing a little cross fiber massage to get them to relax even more. And you can do it on both sides. Hope that you can see this. Feels good. Okay, so now I'm going to put on some more conductive gel because that's dried down a little bit. And we're going to start with the Timemaster Pro. Okay, I'm just going to use this all colors on because you don't want to really do flashing around the eyes. This is on level 1, and I'm loving the Timemaster Pro. It's just a gentle yet effective treatment that hits the skin in all these different ways, and just it helps increase cellular turnover, increases ATP in the area. It has EMS, ultrasound, and it really will lift the eye area very quickly. I only want to do about a minute here. This is a Korean made device. It's very different from the little cheapy ultrasounds you find on Amazon. It's way more deeply penetrating. You get a more thorough result. It also has EMS and of course the high quality LEDs that you see. I don't want to put that into the camera because it's rather bright. This also has the option to turn the LEDs off completely. Now, red LEDs actually been used on macular degeneration, so I feel like that's pretty safe to use around the eyes, but if you want to turn it off completely and just have the EMS and ultrasound going while you work the eye, you can do that. All right, so that's been about a minute. I never want to overwork the area. It's a very delicate area, so I'm just going to do a minute each eye. And I'm just going to keep the ultrasound off, or the LED off, because I just got a big dose of LED to start. So how was everybody's weekend? We actually went out of town last week. You might be seeing some photos of where we went. We had a revenge Paris trip because it was canceled last summer. We had a plan to go to Paris and it didn't happen. It didn't happen because of COVID, so we went this year and it was fun. Something sucky happened to me, of course. And of course, body related. I'll tell you that in a second. I was just like, I can't believe this. But yeah, did anybody go do anything fun? Go anywhere special? There were so many people at the airport. So many. Okay, that feels like about a minute. I'm going to move on. And we're going to end the treatment with my favorite, microcurrent. So if you think about the order of this treatment, it's you warm up the tissues. We warmed up the tissues with LED, and then we did release work once the tissues were warm. Just like with exercise, you want to warm up first. So we warmed up the tissues, then we did some release work, some stretching, right? Fascia release, and then we did the Timemaster Pro, which has EMS, ultrasound, and LED. And now we're going to do microcurrent, because we want to do microcurrent last to keep the muscles retrained and taut and in the up position as we end our treatment. Now for this, I'm going to go ahead and put the conductive gel, the Hydrolift, above my eyes into my forehead, because in order to lift the upper brow, we need to make sure that the frontalis is lifted, or the forehead muscle is nice and lifted. So we will be treating that area. So make sure it's nice and just shellacquered with conductive gel. I'm using my Clareblend minis. I like to use 2 at a time to get down to business. And normally you would wait for the top of the beep, right? And then go full 10 seconds for every stroke. Wait for the top of the beep. And I don't normally wait for the top of the beep in videos because I don't want to bore you guys to death, but wait for the top of the beep. So yeah, this last week, we went to Paris, and it was like a 6-day trip. I really don't recommend going to Europe unless you're just going to spend 2 weeks, because it's exhausting, and going through customs and all this crap. It's so many lines and so much waiting, so much hurry up and wait. And I find that part really draining. So if I'm not spending a good, couple weeks there, to me, it's like the first day is lost on me. So like we left Friday and we did the overnight flight. No, I'm sorry, we left Saturday and we did the overnight flight where we landed at Charles de Gaulle like at 10:30 in the morning, and you're just like spent. I mean, I just feel ragged. Even if I sleep on the plane, I feel just too much, right? So it always takes me a day. So Sunday was essentially lost. We did do some things. Sunday night we did some things. We went to lunch, but I took a nap. And my husband, he used to work as a flight attendant years ago, and so he's used to the crazy schedule. He's like, don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not 20. I gotta go to sleep. So by Monday, we were back. I was back, and we were able to go see Sacred Heart, and we went to the Louvre. We did a lot, and it was gorgeous. There's nothing that can describe the beauty that is Paris. It's just magical, as they say. And so Monday night, I'd had a few glasses of wine with dinner, and I got on my dinner roll. And everybody's like, what's the dinner roll? It is this hard foam device that you put on your neck area to give it its curve back. And in one of my last videos where I was talking about something that was totally unexpected that happened with my surgery, was that my body went into freak out mode, and I actually got more of a hump. Like my body was being pulled down, and I went into more of a hump here, and I was like, no, no, no. So I actually brought that with me. But you have to respect that little device, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's tough. So I laid on it. I guess I laid on it haphazardly, because by Tuesday, like 1 o'clock, 1 in the afternoon, I had pinched such a nerve. I had nerve pain. I was tingling and radiating and burning all the way down my arm, the top of my hand. I was doing all these stretches, looking up on YouTube chiropractic stretches to stretch all this back out and try to fix what I had done. But it was zinging. And, oh God, it was so freaking painful. I'm like, what did I do to myself? So Tuesday was lost for me. I told my husband and daughter, I said, just go, have fun, do things. I'll be fine. And I just sort of rested up and did stretches and convalesced for Tuesday. So I feel like I lost half of Tuesday and half of Wednesday. And it was just one of those surprising things. This is a cross fiber massage of the frontalis, because those muscle fibers run like this. So yeah, that was our trip. I mean, by Friday, we went to Versailles. We were back doing all sorts of things. Wednesday, yeah, just lost some time there. And I felt just kind of pissed, because I'm like, how could I do this to me on our, precious, I think it was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday that we had, really, basically, because we left Friday in the morning, and then that's a whole massive process. Just like almost a 24-hour ordeal to get back home. 9.5 hour flight from Paris. We went into Dallas, and then 3-4 hours in Dallas, and flew home to Indy. And by the time we got home, it was almost midnight Indianapolis time. It's just pretty exhausting overall. So some points you can do to get a little bit of lift. You can just stay here. Now make sure you are completely shellacquered with conductive gel. If you do this, just keep it there. Pull up on that brow. Just hold it here for a bit. All right. Hold it here for a bit. I love this for lifting the brows. This lifts these minis. They're cycling through all these different frequencies, which means they are going deeper and lighter into the skin. So all these different levels sort of snaking through the skin. And so it's like this constant acclimation from your muscles. They're always like, what's coming next? What's coming next? And so it never gets used to the current, which is great. And so it's always doing that lift. It's almost like HIIT exercise or circuit training, where you're doing something different every minute or so, and then you take a rest period. Well, with this, it's just constantly throwing different frequencies at the muscles, and so they never get acclimated, and it's never like, ho hum, this is boring, I'm not going to react to this treatment. It's always a good reaction to the mini. And like I said, I can get more of a lift with the minis through the brow and through the eyes than on my $7,000 professional machines. So go figure. Now I'm going to wash this off, not completely, not with soap and water, but I'm just going to splash off the residue, put on some moisturizer and my eye cream. So let's do that now. And I'll do a little bit of the promoter cell repair eye cream. Love this stuff. It's actually enough for both eyes. I don't put this like down here, because if it gets in my eyes, I don't like it. Some people do, but I don't like it. use any left over on my lip. And there we are. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye now.